in my mind is a warning. Pray to the one you're relying. I've been wondering all day.
Here with a special episode of Caesar's Capital Conversations, and I'm with the owner and the provider of Concinnity Health, direct primary care, Miss Toni Kenion. How are you doing?
I am wonderful.
How
are you?
I'm doing good. I really appreciate you making some time for me. This really means a lot for me. And it's really something that I feel like the community needs. So I'll tell a little bit. So, Nurse Toni, basically what she does is she has her own private practice to where she services the community, but she also services, and this is what's most important, she services those who don't have insurance. With everything going on with the economy, with people with a lack of jobs and resources and things of that nature, I really felt like it was pivotal and it was paramount that we talk to Miss Toni, because she's one of the, she's a really supreme resource in our community right now. And it's not being a lot of times we talk about what's cool, but we don't talk about what's needed. Miss Toni is a need. She's a necessity, and I'm just glad that she's here and she gave me some time to talk to her. So Miss Toni, what got you started in this? What made you decide, you know what, I'm going to start my own private practice?
Well, to be completely honest, once I finished school as a nurse practitioner, I was looking for jobs as a nurse practitioner and were promised jobs prior to leaving school, and had a difficult time finding, the job that would suit me, or even some that was offered. And so, I kind of leaned on the motto, if they don't want to give you a seat at the table, make your own. So here is my own table that I have created. Prior to starting Concinnity, I did work in a urgent care family practice in Whiteville, North Carolina, with a wonderful, awesome mentor of mine that has been my mentor for well over 20-something years. So from working in his really fast-paced urgent care as a sole provider while I was there, I realized that if I can run his practice, I can run my own. And so, again, after not being afforded some opportunities in the area that I live in, which is here in the Raleigh, Roseville, Durham area, like I said, I made my own table. So here we are. My why behind choosing direct primary care is knowing people that have had a need for primary care services, those preventative health care services, and because they didn't have insurance or they had a lack of insurance, they weren't able to get the care that they need. So to tell you a story about that, my reason for choosing direct primary care is my brother, 34 years old, small business owner, in essence a single father. He was raising his son. He, in December of 2011, started to have chest pain, shortness of breath, and as a small business owner, he did not have insurance because he couldn't afford private insurance for himself or his employees. Did not want to go to the hospital, did not want to seek care, because he knew that had I gone, or had he gone, he would have gotten this large bill. And so he was trying to purchase his first home for him and his son, and so he did not want to go into debt, did not want to put anything else on his credit, so he put off going to seeking care for the chest pain, shortness of breath. Weeks went on. He had been questioned and said, hey, look, Anthony, you really need to go get help. You need to get seen. At least go to the emergency room or urgent care. He was like, no, I'm good. I'm only 34. I'm fine. So that was December. February 1st, he closed on his house, was moving into his house, he and his son and a couple other family members, and my brother passed away from a massive heart attack. So if you ask me my reason why I chose direct primary care, that is my why, because there's so many people that have need of primary care services and they feel like they can't access it. So with us doing the membership-based model of care, it gives those people that fall in the middle with not having insurance or being underinsured, and even those who just don't like, the care with that insurance provides, it gives you also have the ability to have access to quality health care. Just because we're membership based, just because our prices don't stand up to, what you would see in a normal primary care, doesn't mean that we give you less quality care. So we make sure that all our patients receive the same level of care or greater care than you would see if you were to go to any other primary care provider in our area.
Definitely. And first and foremost, my condolences for your loss. But what you just said is 1,000% correct. And you gave me a tour of your facility. And in the video, you guys will be able to see this facility. I go to Duke Primary Care. Our facility is on par. She has every single thing that Duke Primary Care has, except that she has more personality and she's here to care. And that's the difference within our community. I remember when I first got out of the hospital with my blood clots and I had my follow-up appointment, right? My first follow-up appointment, and I had a doctor. And basically they just did me a once over, just looked at me and everything like that, just took the stethoscope to my chest, didn't tell me anything, didn't put the EKG on me or anything like that. So I was so furious because I had almost lost my life, and I felt like that person was just being trivial with my disease. So I went and I changed my primary care to somebody who looked like me, right? And my first appointment, it was a totally different experience. And that's really why I was hooked up to the EKG. I was given pamphlets on what to expect on recovery and everything like that. And that's one reason why I really wanted to talk to you, because at the end of the day, our community really needs you guys within this healthcare field. You look at the Black mother infant mortality rates. You just look at how sometimes our pain is not our pain somehow is, we have a higher tolerance of pain thresholds and things like that.
It is assumed.
It's wild. It's wild. Right. And even at a lot of people don't know gynecology was birthed off of experiments on our women.
Absolutely.
So we've always had challenges within healthcare since its inception. So even in 2022, that's why you guys are, in my opinion, you are a hero. So that's why I really wanted to talk to you. And a lot of times, and I told you this earlier, we minimize what's going on in the community. We minimize our heroes, and that's why people don't want to do things that help our community, that actually lift us up, and this is a resource that, we really need, especially in these times. So first and foremost, I just want to thank you for one, just giving your time, but thank you for being a resource to our community.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that.
Yeah, well, one of the things I do realize is representation matters. When we look at our healthcare structure and just thinking about culturally having someone that can relate, not only to just, you walk in a room and there's some things that you can just pick up on right away just because of our cultural experiences. So I really understand how important it is to have someone who mimics, who looks like, that has that brown skin, just like those members in our community. And not only that, we have a understanding of some of the struggles that we've had in healthcare as a race, and so to have someone who looks like you, it adds some comfortability to it, and that's important, to have someone that you can trust, someone you feel like has your best interests at heart, and is not just looking at you as a number or a check or just going to get you in and out.
Definitely.
One of the great things about the direct primary care model is you have extended office visit times. So unlike going to some other primary cares where they you in for 15 minutes, the provider comes in, they see you, and they're gone. With us, we take as much time as you need. If you need to be seen for your annual wellness exam today, but you also got a headache and you also stumped your toe, I'm not going to say, I can see you for your annual wellness exam today, but you're going to have to make 2 more appointments for me to see your toe and about your headache or knee, whatever. We take care of all of it when you're here. So there are no rush visits. You get the time that you need to make sure that we answer all the questions that you have. and as well as gives us time to together create a plan of care for you, and not just saying, oh, I listen to your chest, I listen to your lungs, they sound fine, if you got any problems, come back and see me. So that's not what it's about. That's putting a Band-Aid on things sometimes, and not really digging deeper and making sure that we are treating the patient not only as a whole, but making sure we're getting to the root cause of whatever issue that they have.
Definitely. Awesome. That's like full comprehensive coverage, like type of vibe. That's really great, because a lot of times, and that's basically the issue that I had at the primary care I went to the first time, is I was just felt like a number. It felt like they didn't care, like, yo, you almost died. Yeah, it was just like it was none, no compassion whatsoever. And that's why it's just a breath of fresh air, seeing you and your practice and the passion behind it, because you really care about people. And your why, like, you know what I'm saying? Your why just, it kind of, it puts it all into perspective. Because, like, luckily I did have insurance, but a lot of times in black men, take your behind to the doctor. And that's one reason I wanted to, another reason I wanted to pop up. You guys have no excuses anymore. Miss Toni will take care of you. If you're in the RDU area, even if you're on the outskirts, she does, a membership plan to where even if you don't have insurance, she can service you and make sure that you're okay. Because that's one thing that we have to focus on, is being here for our families.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
A lot of times we so worried about the money, we so worried about this, that, and the other. But this life, we only have one, and we have to be there for each other. So one way we can do that is by being healthy. And that's why I really been hard on this health and wellness, initiative. But do you have any what suggestions, or if somebody, for the nurse practitioners who want to be the next one that wants to be the next Miss Toni, what would you say? What, as far as like advice, what would you do? What would you tell them to do?
So it depends on where you're starting. So of course, in order to be a nurse practitioner, you first have to be a nurse. Right? And then you have to have a bachelor's degree in nursing in order to get, you take the route of getting a bachelor's degree in order to get your master's degree, of course. So it starts off, if we just cycle all the way back to, that child that has the aspiration or being a nurse one day. So the different avenues you can take is, if you want to start off, you can get an associate's degree nursing and become an RN, work as an RN for a couple of years, and then follow the course. You can either go and get your BSN, or either do they have like dual programs, some places that you can go from an ADN to an MSN. It just takes a little bit longer, time frame. But in order to be a nurse practitioner, you do have to have a master's of science in nursing. And just get your training and take your exam. And, the good thing about being a nurse and being a nurse practitioner, the field is so wide open. There's so many different things you can do in this field. I just knew that, when I was in college, I was actually going to med school. So I wanted to be a doctor. Of course, things happen, life happens. And then I made the decision then that, okay, this is probably not the course for me right now. Not because I couldn't. I passed the MCAT and all that. But all you want to know, I got the brains. I'm good. But I decided, just life happens. With everybody, life happens. And so I knew I always wanted to practice medicine. I knew I always wanted to be in this field, giving back to people, helping people, educate people on health, how to be healthy, what are the steps they need to be to make their lives better. And so after some time, I decided to go back, get my degree in nursing, and then from there, when I went to get my degree in nursing, I knew I wanted to be a nurse practitioner. So that was my whole point of becoming a nurse, was to become a nurse practitioner. So here I am. I am more than willing and happy to always talk to anybody who's interested in being in my field, and more than happy to help anybody who's interested in going into a nursing career. Anything that I can do to be of service, I'm all in. So always have been, having been a high school teacher for so many years, education is my passion too, and my love for kids and love for teenagers, whatever I need to do.
That's awesome. That is awesome. So Ms. Toni, for your prospective patients, where can they find you? How can they get the ball rolling? How do they get started with getting some of your services?
So the easiest way to find us, you can find us on all of the major social media platforms, of course, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and then also you can go to our website, www.concinnity.health.org. That's CONCINNITY health HEALTH.org. And if you can't remember that, we do have a tinyurl.com/harmony hydration, and it'll take you to our website too. I know I said that kind of fast, but so yeah, and then you can also reach us by phone. Our office number is 919-435-1185. Our office hours are from 8 a.m. to, I'm sorry, not 8 a.m., 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Fridays. We stay until 6 p.m. because we understand that there are some small business owners that are part of our small business plans that need that extra hour for after hours. So we stay open to 6 just to be able to service those who don't get off until 5. So yeah, that's how it reaches.
Okay. Well, thank you, Miss Toni, for your time. Do you have anything else you want to tell the people? Anything else you want to plug?
The only other plug, yes, of course, is we also have our sister company called Harmony Hydration. Mm-hmm. Harmony Hydration is a vitamin infusion lounge that's located here in our medical office building. It is phenomenal. We do IV vitamin infusions for many different reasons. A couple things we do it for. Biggest one is energy. We do it for migraine relief, abdominal pain, menstrual cramps. We can use it for hangovers. So if you got part of them, we got hangover bags for you. We also, for those athletes, we do performance and recovery drips. Helps with, of course, your performance, but also muscle recovery after a workout, and so many more. We also have weight loss drips. So many different things, great things with Harmony Hydration. And again, you can find Harmony Hydration on our website as well. Same telephone number, 919-435-1185.
Okay. And yeah, we went in there and saw the lounge, the Harmony Hydration Lounge, and it's really nice. It's comfortable, definitely great for meditation, and get you rehydrated. They get you right. They'll get you right so you can perform and go ahead and conquer the day.
Yes.
But thank you again, Miss Toni, for giving me your time and everything, and talking to me and showing me your wonderful practice. And you guys, you make sure that you pass on the information that you learned here today. Anybody who you hear like, oh man, I don't feel good, but I don't want to pay. I don't got insurance. You need to tell them, hey, go holla at Miss Toni at Concinnity Health. Go holla at her. She'll get you taken care of. And it's something that's very important to us, that preventative care, that's something that words can't express how important that is. So thank you again, Miss Toni, for your time and for being a resource for us out in the community. And this has been another episode of Caesar's Capital Conversations. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem at all. Bye.